What's going on, people? It's your boy 3MG. So look, real quick, I can't fucking stand gamers. And this is my shit. You gotta hear me out on this, because it doesn't make sense to me. Now, there's valid reasons for this, and there's invalid reasons for this. I saw a bunch of YouTubers or a bunch of people making videos on this. And this is not to say, whoever made videos on the fact that, they don't like the game. I can understand that. I respect that. There's no problem with that. But my problem is when people still going about fucking how the game look, graphics and frame rate. Now, hear me out on this one. I respect everyone's opinion. I respect when people say they don't like it, it looks trash or whatever. But specifically with Halo, right? This is the first time ever that we received Halo 60 frames running at a smooth ass 60. I don't want to hear about Master Chief Keef Edition. That's bullshit. I'm talking about a game that was made in 60 frames per second. This shit is like at a fucking perfect 60 frames. This game runs so damn smooth, which is why I don't even give a fuck about how the game looks. I think the game looks good in my opinion, but I don't penny pinch on the graphics because this game runs so fucking smooth that I feel so good playing it. The experience is here. For a lot of people who always wondered about PC gamers and the 60 frame thing, try out this game Halo. You'll see what we be talking about because this game is so fucking smooth. What gets me mad is that people are pointing the finger at the wrong person. I can understand when you shit on the graphics, but point the finger at the right motherfucking person. See, people are getting at 343 about this. Wow, they fucking made this game, but they can't even fucking get the graphics. Look how it's like 1544p, 1544 or 1080p, like whatever the fucking frame rate is, upscaled to some bullshit. But like, can you guys appreciate something for once? What I don't understand is 1 minute people complaining on 1080p, people, yeah, it's only 30 frames. Oh, wow, this and that. But then when we do get a 60 frame per second game, people just cannot fucking acknowledge or appreciate this shit. It's always someone bitching. And there's a lot of people bitching on YouTube for this. And it's the thing, like I said, I respect anybody who's gonna, whether they're talking about the game's graphics or how they feel about the game. But there's some people who were pointing the finger at the wrong person. I don't blame 343 for making this game with the resolution they put it at, and the developers and the team who made the resolution this way. I mean, it's running at a smooth 60. I prefer frame rate over resolution any fucking day. Any day. Period. I'd rather my 60 frames not being locked and not fucking dropping any day. Who's there to blame? I mean, if you really want to say blame, I'm getting at the Xbox One, period. The team in Xbox. This is not the only fucking game that can't run at 1080p. There are tons of fucking games on the Xbox running at 900p, 740p, 780p, 720p. I don't understand why people pointing the finger at 343 for this one. I actually salute them because they gave us a game that runs mad fucking smooth. The connection is actually working still good, and I've been playing this game still working good. I don't get why people are finding reasons to bitch. If you want to get at somebody, hit up Microsoft or Xbox on their Twitter and bitch about why ain't your console fucking powerful enough that these developers can actually hit 1080p. Because you can't point the finger at 343. If you want to point it at them, you can point it at Crytek for Rise Son of Rome. If they made the game, a certain resolution, or Dead Rising, or DICE for Battlefield, or Call of Duty, or whatever. You can get at all them devs, but for what? They done the best they can. See, and another thing too, these devs, they could promise us whatever the hell they want. They could say, oh, we're going for 1080p 60 frames. It's not always promised, or it's not always the outcome, or it's not always the case, because most of the time they can't, okay? Not every game could toggle fucking 1080 60 frames. I don't want to hear about how fucking Master Chief Collection was 1080p 60 frames. All they did was just bring back a little bit of the textures, updated the graphics. It wasn't that difficult and toggled fucking 60 frames. That don't mean shit. But to truly build the game on their console, yeah, it's kind of difficult considering almost all devs had a problem with that shit. So I mean, maybe not all devs it's difficult for them, but for the majority of the games that dropped on Xbox One, the developers had a hard time. And you know what? I'm actually happy that 343 decided to downscale the resolution and downgrade the graphics, or downgrade the resolution and put up the frame per second, because that's more important. That should be your main focus, is making sure that games run at 60 fucking frames. Unless the devs are really like, listen, we want a cinematic experience. Look, they didn't give us no bullshit excuse. I'd rather have the game run at 60 frames. As a shooter, hit me with 60 fucking frames per second. I don't want to hear that man, this game is 1550p. Man, shut the fuck up and stop bitching about how the game looks, man. Stop bitching about how the game looks. Appreciate the fact that we got a smooth ass game here. And this is with any game. If there's a game that's like 740p, but that shit's running at 30 frames, to me that's unacceptable. You should wait more time to release a game. This game right here, Halo 5, I'm not saying it's the best game ever. It got its flaws. But for the simple fact that 343 delivered this game with a solid ass 60 frames. I mean, I haven't even counted it, may have a drop or two, but there's literally a solid 60 frames. The last thing I'm bitching about is the graphics. The graphics are great to me. I'm so sad. I'm so satisfied and appreciative of just the frame rate being so smooth that I'm like, yo, listen, man, a lot of gamers can see why PC gamers love 60 frames. Although I do play like on 120 or 144, that's not even the case. I just hate fucking gamers on YouTube who make videos dissing only graphics. I can understand if you was pointing the finger at the right person, but when you're shitting on the developer, it makes no sense because there's clear proof. There's clear proof that is not the developer's fault. Developers can spend years on end. The majority is like 80-20. 80% of devs can't even hit 1080 60 frames on the fucking consoles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on Xbox One. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, who's the real finger to blame? I blame Microsoft. Not in a negative way, but just more like, listen, because of the way you guys design your console and the way it's constructed, the way it's designed, whatever, that's why these guys can't toggle their 1080p 60 frames. But once again, stop fucking bitching and pointing the finger at the wrong person. This shit makes no sense. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Like, oh my god. Complain about how the game story is. Why you complain about the resolution still? This shit blows my mind, yo. I don't understand, yo. Fucking game runs so damn smooth, people still find reasons to bitch. Man, I'm out of here, though. It's your boy 3MG. Once again, another rant. My bad. I'm trying not to annoy people, but I had to do this. It's your boy. Peace.